Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are back to talk some manga. It's me, Gio, from Manga Geekdom, and I'm joined by the insufferable Omnibus Collector. How you doing, Riley?
I'm good. I thought of a different adjective the other day that I could replace my name with on here and be something other than
Ooh.
insufferable, but I forgot it. So
Maybe next week or sometime in October. We'll see it.
the forgetful omnibus collector or the amnesiac omnibus collector, maybe.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody, for joining. Appreciate it on a Thursday evening. For all the live viewers, for the chatters, sorry about that. I got here a little bit late, and we were caught up discussing some important issues in the green room. So I hope you forgive us. And apparently, I'm giving away books. I did not know about this. So stay tuned for that, I guess. I don't know when that's going to happen, but thank you for reminding people. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Hit the like button, comment down below, share the video, all that fun stuff. But let's, more importantly, give a shout out to our sponsor, InStockTrades.com, your home for collected editions. You get your omnibus, trade paperback, hardcovers, and manga available for great discounted prices. Free shipping in the US at orders that start at $50, and there's a loyalty discount which adds an extra 2% discount if you make orders on a weekly basis. Great packaging, wonderful customer service, only at InStockTrades.com. Let me show the website real quick. Let me share my screen here. A lot of stuff happening at the moment. You got your current deals of the week. If you want to find out about the new ones, you're going to have to tune in on the Monday stream when we reveal that. You got some new releases, including all the manga that came out last week. Even the Penguin one, which we talked about last Thursday with the sniper shooting penguins. You got your top sellers right now. And, of course, a bunch of sales happening. You got your Thrills and Chills, which is basically the Halloween sale. It's a yearly tradition. This is week 2. You got some creator spotlights. Hirohiko Araki, Gail Simone. You got a character spotlight on The Flash. You got clearances, damages, red tags, everything in between. Go check them out. InStockTrades.com. Also, the current deal of the week, manga-wise, goes to Mob Psycho 100. That's pretty cool. Volume 15 at 46% off. Shout out.
Shout out to our boy Will, our resident Dark Horse representative, who is at a funeral.
That is so. Yeah, I'm sad and I feel for him, but it's pretty funny that we have to say that.
I think the funeral's tomorrow. He's just out of town.
I preferred last week when we said he's in Japan, but then next week he can't make it because there's a funeral. So yeah.
And Colleen is seeing Danny Gonzalez.
I don't know who that is. But
who is that? He's a YouTuber, and he's been around for a while. He does like comedy videos and stuff, and he's very frequently associated with Drew Gooden, which is why I made the joke in our chat where I was like, tell him I thought you were cool, Drew Gooden, because they made stuff where they're like, I am not, like Danny's like, I'm not Drew, and Drew's like, I'm not Danny. They're pretty funny. I've watched some of their stuff. One of my friends that I have a friend who's in the Navy, and he's like a submarine engineer.
Right.
So whenever he comes back home, the like main thing that he does is just give me like all the YouTube videos that he's been watching on the sub. And so we just catch up, and he's like, this is funny. And so he showed me a lot himself, but they're known for, they had their share of viral like Vine videos and stuff. So there's your breakdown.
James has never heard of him. Same.
Y'all are
old, or Riley's making up names.
You're not online enough. You're not old, and I'm not making up names. Like, neither is true. I just am terminally online and have been for the past 20 years.
There you go. So there it is. That's what's happening. Yeah. Jaime, thank you for joining. Hello, everyone. Josh Battle Pope. That's a choice. Okay, cool. I'm kidding. I'm happy for you. Earth's Geomancer, thank you for joining. Geo, did you see that? Did I see that? Of course. I was. There were rumors, there were leaks, so I suspected it was going to be announced. And sorry to butt in. We're supposed to be talking about manga, but here I am talking about the Inhumans.
That's it.
Black Bolt has had two previous releases. Medusa has had one. Then we had Karnak released. Then last year we had Crystal and Lockjaw in a 2-pack. So I assumed they were slowly giving us each member of the royal family. It was only a matter of time. We were missing Triton, Gorgon, and potentially Maximus the Mat. And the surprise from New York Comic Con, since Viz isn't doing any solicits, okay, is that Hasbro is doing two packs, I should say. One of them is Black Bolt and Triton, and the other one's Gorgon with Medusa. Medusa has a new sculpt, new faceplate. I thought it was a head sculpt, but it's a faceplate, so you don't have to take out the hairpiece. The hair swivels, I think, or it has a articulation point somewhere in there, which is great. The previous one did not. The outfit is late 80s, early 90s Medusa, which is cool. Not my favorite, but I'm happy with it. And yeah, we're good to go for owning everything. Now I have to pony up and buy the freaking figures. I need to get Karnak, Crystal, and Lockjaw. I do not have them because I'm not collecting Marvel Legends, but I will make the exception for oddities and cool stuff like ROM, Zombie Captain America, for example, or in this case, the Inhumans, which is my favorite team family group in the Marvel universe. So to answer, yes, I did see it, and I'm really happy. Pre-orders open next week, so you bet I'll be pre-ordering and going in debt, getting those.
You might need to join Geo's Discord because he was posting excitedly about them in there.
Yeah, maybe.
What I wanted to say about these is they did something smart with the Medusa figure. As someone who did collect a lot of the Marvel Legends, specifically the X-Men figures, a lot of the like female figures don't stand well on their own. Like their feet are too small and they're just not able to really stand. So I've had to use like sticky tack or museum putty or whatever to like get them to stand up. And while they do use stands for their figures, like on the display, you can see that the hair is long enough to support her. So she does not topple over, which for Medusa specifically, you need to have that, that needs to be a thing. Otherwise her hair is just going to be way too heavy. And that's a problem with why a lot of those, the female figures have bigger hair, at least the ones that I was collecting for the X-Men, like the Jean Greys, the Rogues, a lot of those would have really big, heavy hair. So yeah, I am in support of that, even though I do not collect Legends anymore. I think that's a really, really, really good, notable factor in that figure.
See, here's a picture, an official picture from Hasbro, Marvel, and the Marvel team. This looks so freaking good. Gorgon came out amazing. Holy crap. And I am ecstatic. Hell yeah. So this is the first 2-pack, and the second one is this one. You got Black Bolt and Triton. What's cool about Black Bolt is that previously the wings, the armpit wings on the older figures, they did not move, or they moved with the arms. So when you pose the character this way, then the wings would be sticking out like that, and it wouldn't look accurate or right. Now with this, we're getting two sets. One is open, the other one's collapsed. The collapsed one you pose him in regular standing poses or whatever, so it looks right. It looks like it's under the arm, which I appreciate. There were 2 previous releases. I have the first one. The second one came with I think it was on a Black Panther wave for one of the movies, and it was the same thing, but they gave him the sonic boom effect from the voice, or maybe the eyes or the fork, were the tuning fork were like bluish color, like a hue for his like he's activating his powers. But I'm not gonna double dip. I don't do that. So I kept the old one, but I will double dip for this one because I need Triton. So I'm excited for that. So yeah, maybe let's go. I'm excited. Going back to manga, which is why all of you are here.
How dare you?
So there aren't a lot of things happening right now. I mean, there are, but compared to other times, we don't have a lot to pull from. Seven Seas licensed some interesting things, which I want to show. And the big question is Viz Media. Typically in October, we would already have gotten at least a date which Friday we would have gotten the Twitter announcements like we're accustomed to from Viz, but it hasn't happened. And there's speculation online, which is hilarious because it reminds me of when when we're missing a Nintendo Direct and everybody's like, well, there has to be a Direct this week because if you look back at the previous dates, there has always been a Direct on the second week of every blah, 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 blah. So it reminds me of that, and I found it pretty funny. I'm good either way, I'll be honest with you, because it's less money that I have to spend, but it's always good to know and get hyped with all the cool stuff that they license. So we're waiting on that. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, for fans, we currently have New York Comic Con happening at the same time. Tomorrow, Kodansha's doing the panel, right? It's tomorrow evening or afternoon?
It's tomorrow early. It's the same time that Viz would usually be doing their announcements.
Okay, there you go. So
yes,
unfortunately, we can't. We could have traded. It would have been fun if they did that today, and then we could be like, "Hey, Kodansha license, blah 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 blah." So next week we'll do a wrap up of everything that got revealed at the convention. But obviously, and you can speak a little bit more about it. Ain't no way Viz is going to announce stuff on the same day that other people are doing stuff. It's no fun, and obviously they would rather wait for to put the spotlight on them, right?
Yeah, my assumption, I'm not good with dates. I'm going to say that as a preface. And for instance, like I was supposed to go to a movie with some friends in August. I don't remember what we were trying to see, and I like organized the whole event, and I like was like, this is the date, like we're gonna meet on this day, blah 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 blah. And then I realized like the weekend before, I was like, wait, that's when I'm going to be in New York for Anime NYC. So I'm not, and I had to text everyone and I had to be like, I forgot that I'm in New York that weekend. Can we push it back a week? And then whenever we met up the next weekend, one of my friends was like, how do you forget that you're going to, and I was like, I knew that I was going to New York and I knew that it was that weekend. I just didn't realize that the dates were the same as the same date that I told y'all. So I'm bad with dates. Right. Point being, reason I say that, I was like, second weekend or second Friday is usually when they'll do their solicits, so we should see it on the 3rd, if not the 10th. And I completely forgot that New York Comic Con was the 10th. If I had realized that, I would have said 3rd, 10th, or 17th would have been the date range, depending on how things are going to go. If they were going to do anything on their panel, I think it would be in the description of the panel because they want the audience to be there for those specific things.
To know beforehand and be excited. Like, oh, yes, let's go to the thing.
And they also want the people at home to know when to tune in and stuff. So I think if it was going to be at their panel, they probably would have said so. I know last year they had like the panel, and that's where they announced Yaiba, but that was the only thing that they announced at the panel. But anyway, I don't think that they would, if not doing a whole panel just dedicated to announcing new books, they wouldn't do their typical round when their staff is like busy at the convention. There are other publishers doing stuff at the convention. They likely something I can. Well, they have to do a panel about Kingdom because Kingdom's going to flop if they don't. I mean, it's already going to flop still, but like they need to pay much attention to it as they possibly can.
You're calling all the Kingdom fans to dislike the stream already.
If anything, they should take, anyone who's watching that and gets upset should take note that like you need to do everything you can to get people to buy this series,
right?
Because there's not a lot of attention being paid towards it. It's a month out from release. I don't remember what date in November, but it's a month out from release, and there's barely anything aside from a couple of posts here and there that really haven't gotten much traction. So it's not looking good for the launch of what's supposed to be the biggest license. Meanwhile, there's like freaking Kodama Tales has been doing everything they can for Baki. They have done multiple panels for Baki. They got the what's his name, Logan Chidwood or whatever, who does the like famed cosplay of Yujiro Hanma. They got him out there to do stuff at their panel. They got him doing ads and stuff for them as well. So like they're doing everything. Meanwhile, Viz for Kingdom is just like, let's get these guys that are already in hot water because people don't respect their opinions on stuff to do a video about Kingdom. And that's like the most that they've done. So they're not doing well.
November 11th is the release date. So a month from now.
I'll take that back. They do have preview books out, like a preview with like the first chapter or two or whatever is out there. So they have those at like comic shops and bookstores, but they really should have been doing a huge like push for the several months leading into it if they wanted that to succeed. Because you're gonna like it's natural, like people know sales of something decline pretty steadily with each volume, and that's why it's hard for a publisher to want to take on something that huge, because your number of sales between volume 1 and volume 70 is going to be a massive slope unless you're a huge hit like one of the big three. So they need to be doing everything they can to push this book, and I don't think that they're doing anything to do it that they should. And fans of the series, if you don't stand up and get it and try to get your brothers, sisters, moms, dads, and grandmas to buy it as well, it's the last time that you're going to see a massive license like this from Viz, because they are
and it's a monthly commitment. Holy crap, I forgot about that.
Like a $15 subscription service to Kingdom.
Kingdom Plus on your streaming box.
Anyway, I hope that they do a like focused panel for Kingdom, because it needs that push. Otherwise it's going to fly.
My favorite Viz moment at New York Comic Con was, I think it was 2 years ago, when they made a huge deal that they were going to have an announcement or whatever, and it turned out to be the Blu-ray release for Naruto Shippuden.
Yeah.
And that was it. They said goodbye, and everybody was like, wait, that's it? That was amazing. I laughed so hard.
Don't miss our big announcement.
Naruto Shippuden coming soon on Blu-ray, the full series. Like, cool. This could have been just a regular tweet, not a whole meeting at a convention.
Really, what has happened is Viz is not doing their licensing announcements next or tomorrow because we asked them to push it back because Colleen and Will are not available to do the make the bingo board. So we were like, hey, this is tradition. We're always doing this with you. You're doing this with us. You gotta give us a little time to get cooking. But I have some good, I had zero thoughts if they had dropped it last week, I would have not had anything to put onto the new bingo board, but we've got some ideas this time.
Yeah, let's make this stream tonight sort of the first draft of the bingo board, just the brainstorming before we actually build a board. Here's Josh with some suggestions. I would love a reprint of Ranma, even like Full Metal or like the Full Metal edition hardcover or Fist of the North Star. That's what he's referring to.
I think that it would be nice for them to do it in the same format as almost every other Takahashi book, because it's already out in the 2-in-1s, but right. it's not the same trim size, and they did that like kind of silent reprint for 1 Pound Gospel.
Mm-hmm. Is that already out?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't have that book. I would like to get it.
But they should have done that as a like 2 volumes of 2-in-1s to get that one back out there on the front list.
Whoa, okay. I will add it to my list to buy stuff. Damn it. There's already so much stuff coming out in October. I don't need more books. Jesus.
My main hope for a Takahashi license is that they do a new edition of Rumic World and Rumic Theater, mainly because I'm missing one of those volumes, but there's a ton of people who don't have it, and it could really use a new printing.
Oh, definitely. 1 Pound Gospel, all 4 volumes are available. Whoa, okay.
Damn it. It's really good. I think was my second Takahashi book after Ranma 1/2.
Nice. This is non-manga, but we are swamp heads.
Yes,
y'all got some swamp thing stuff. Congrats.
Throw her up on the screen, Gio.
Let's go, dude.
We'll get back to the manga in a second, but Swamp Thing is like the most important thing. The most important Swamp Thing.
So we are getting what was the actual thing? It was the canceled Vertigo stuff, right?
So in 1989,
back in time,
Rick Veitch, who was writing Swamp Thing at the time, he'd already been going for 20-something issues, I think. He was writing this big like cross-time adventure for the Swamp Thing, and it was supposed to culminate, or the next part was going to be, I don't know if it was like the end of it or what, but the next issue, I believe, was going to be Swamp Thing meets Jesus. And the image that will come up with, if you look up Swamp Thing number 88, is like the cross, and then like Swamp Thing's head is like the top part of the cross.
Yeah.
And DC was not down with that, so they canceled it, and Veitch was pissed, and so he left the book. And then that's when Doug Wheeler came in. He wrote the book for like 20-something issues. It was very, very popularly considered one of the worst runs. And then Nancy Collins came in and took over and kind of revitalized it a little bit. So that material has been just lost to the wind for almost 40 years now, 35 plus years. But like a month ago, 2 months ago, DC solicited a third Rick Veitch paperback collection, which said in the contents, it had like the rest of the issues of Swamp Thing, the annual, whatever, and then it said Swamp Thing / Vertigo special 1 through 4. And people immediately were like, the fuck is this? Like that's not something that's ever come out before. That's new. Like that's right. What are they talking about? And so immediately people were like, oh my God, are they releasing the unreleased material? Are they coming back to it? And so that was kind of the theory. And just today at their Vertigo panel, they announced, the last thing that they announced was the Black Label release of Swamp Thing 1 through 4, which would have been issues 88 through 91. So the original team is back putting this stuff together. And there was, I thought, my hope, what I thought was going to happen with this stuff was maybe we would get all of the like sketches and the script and stuff thrown into the paperbacks. But then whenever it said that like special 1 through 4, I was like, oh my God, are they doing it? Like, is this actually happening? And it's happening. And I'm like so ecstatic about this. And I'm hoping that I just wasted money on the paperbacks and that an omnibus is coming out, because this shit deserves it. I mean, I would say that about pretty much everything Swamp Thing. I will even say that like the Doug Wheeler stuff needs to be an omnibus just because I am who I am. But this is so exciting. It's like the biggest news that I've seen all day of all the different Comic-Con stuff that's happening.
Want to get into Swamp Thing. Nice.
Let's do it. Just do it.
Let's ignore the manga. Thursdays is Swamp Thing Bros.
Swamp Thing Thursdays. Swamp Days. It's like the character is very easy to get into because most runs are somewhat like disconnected from each other, even if they're not. Like you can still read them. But I mean, that's true with any comics. But the Alan Moore stuff is seminal. You can definitely just start there, jump in with his collections, and they have I think paperback box set is available, and it's like $50 on Amazon. The last time I looked at it, for all 6 volumes.
That's how I own it. I have the trades.
That's the easy way to get into the character and kind of get the definitive classic version of the character, that like, because Alan Moore's version is what kind of informed everything after it, and then from there you have other creators inserted ideas that would wind up reverberating throughout the character's history and issues going forward. I still haven't read the last chunk of material, the Ram V run, but that's getting omnibized, so I'll be getting on that in the nearish future. But you've got so many greats on there, like both writer and artist wise. Like if you are a horror comics fan, Swamp Thing is just integral material to get into. There's a deluxe edition of Len Wein, the character's original creator, and Kelly Jones material. It was like a 6-issue mini, plus it has 2-issue Convergence miniseries, if you remember that little thing from DC, Convergence. And then I think there's a story from a one-shot in there as well, but that deluxe edition comes out soon. I don't remember when, but it's soon. Might be a good one.
There you go. So Vagabond, Smurds. What's Smurds and Swamp Thing? Nice. 2 totally opposite books, Vagabond and Swamp Thing. So going back to Viz, shoot, I wanted to say something about Viz. So brainstorming some things. I don't have a definitive list of what I would want. I'm pretty chill. I'm open to anything. Like, yeah, cool. You're gonna release that? All right, let's go. But I would Smurfs are brown Smurfs. Okay, is that pulling my chain, or is that true? I would love to see Case Closed in a bigger format, so that I don't have to commit to getting 100+ books. So if they would do like 3-in-1s or 2-in-1s, that would be great. Please make that happen.
I think that is something that if it's not already in the works, it would be a really smart idea on their part. But I feel like it should already be happening, because they are, as you might probably know, the anime is getting re-released in chunks. and they're releasing it as Detective Conan. And I think that, like, to keep sorry, the cat is attacking my desk, my legs, and my lamp right now. But to keep that, like,
House warfare happening right now.
the synergy across the media, they should do a re-release of Case Closed with the Detective Conan title. And I think that the perfect way to do it would be, not saying it doesn't deserve anything better, but the perfect way to do it, I think, would be with the $17 3-in-1 paperbacks. Re-release the whole thing from the beginning, and it is something that, like, so publishers, I will talk about the front list sometimes. There's front list and back list. For anyone who doesn't know, like, front list is new volume ones, back list is everything else that has been like other stuff. And you want something at the top of the front list. You want a new volume 1. You want new things brought in print, because reprints don't go to the front list. And so basically, strategically, if they want this series to do better,
Bro,
and
sorry, what the hell is this cover? Sorry.
Best cover of all time.
Oh my God, that's amazing, dude. I hadn't seen this before.
If you want a series to do better, you get it with a new edition. That's why a lot of series will just be printed in new edition after new edition after new edition. So it's constantly up at the top of the front list for distributors and retailers. And that's the best way to get, like, a longer running title to sell better, is not just to reprint old volumes, but is to reissue them in a new edition.
A new edition. Yeah, makes sense.
So that would be the best for this one. And it also, because of the fact that inarguably there is a massive amount of new fans, and a lot of the volumes are not easy to get right now. And anyone who wants to get in on the ground level, you're going to have a better time bringing them in if you just go, like, hey, here's a new starting point. You can get volumes 1 through 3 for $16.99, discounted various places, rather than being like, hey, good luck. Like, they're like, here, we'll give you 3 volumes every 2 months for $16.99.
Exactly. All right.
And follow that for 6 years, and you'll get caught up, or however long it'll take. Or just look it up, or like just search forever for these expensive.
Yeah, I'm dumb. I did not realize. I hate that I'm having to say this on air. I just now realized that all the covers have live action photographs behind the homeboy here. And because I was looking at this, I'm like, is this a live action shot of a stadium event? What's happening? And then I'm looking at all of these, and yeah, they're all live action photographs, including this one, which is probably one of my favorites. Where the heck was it? With the dogs. Look at this thing. I mean, you would know. You have them all.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun, like, things in each volume that they.
My God, very so cute.
So on the, hold on, I'll just go. I'll take you for a ride.
We're gonna take you for a ride.
Not wearing the appropriate shirt for that right now, but I think I was a couple days ago.
Right.
I wore that shirt out to dinner once, and the guy at the burger joint was like, "Oh man, gonna take you for a ride."
Which, out of context, is amazing if somebody heard that interaction.
So here's this is the Shonen Sunday shelf.
Oh wait, let me highlight you. Hold on.
So you can see how much of this is Case Closed.
Oh my God, that's a lot, dude.
A lot. So each of these volumes, I'm just grabbing a couple out here. So they have, on the front, of course, you have the live, photo. On the back, you have a different character gets highlight on the back, and then the spine has a different little, like, Conan doing something And sometimes it's him like it's a sequence. So like there's one where he's like going into a trap hole, and this one
Right.
is him tumbling. So it's a few volumes in a that show him.
Yeah. That's super cool. I like that when they do that.
And then the other thing that I really like is, I don't know if it's in the middle or the back of the volume, but they highlight mystery writers. So hold on. So yeah, the Gosho Aoyama's
Okay.
free library. So each volume has another. There's a Yukimasa Tekito Yugami, and it gives you a profile. So he draws, Gosho Aoyama draws that mystery writer, and then he gives a profile, and then he gives a recommendation of like what book he thinks you should check out from that creator.
Huh. Okay.
So there's a lot of cool stuff in the Case Closed volumes.
That's
I gotta
awesome.
put those
back. See, new people need to learn about that stuff. Like the ones that don't own the books, like me, because I'm a huge fan of the series. I read some of the chapters online, but I've mostly consumed the series through the anime, and I've always wanted to own the thing. But again, it's a huge commitment getting 96 volumes of something. So if they did 3-in-1s, that would be great. I don't even mind the cheaper paper quality. I welcome it. Please, bleeding pages. I'm good with that. I don't care.
As long as the price matches,
yeah,
I think that's fine.
I got the idea. Sorry to interrupt. I got the idea because Yaiba came out, so I think there might be a little bit momentum. And with what you said with the anime being released in batches again, there might be some type of momentum for them to think like, what if we do Case Closed in a new format? Or a box set, who knows?
Yeah, anything like box set, 3-in-1, cheapy editions, definitive editions. I don't know. Do a big 3-in-1, big ass hardcovers. Call it like the
full colored deluxe edition hardcover, the whole shebang. Other series that deserve that treatment don't get it, but then Case Closed gets it, and you see the reaction online of people crying about it.
They can call it the Detective Conan Case Files edition,
mystery case file editions,
case file edition hardcovers. I think it'd be really, if it's not already on the docket, it would be really smart of them to consider doing something like that.
What is it happening on this one? Let me show you two more covers that I found pretty funny. No context because I haven't read them. I don't know what's happening here, but here he is kicking police officer in the back. Let's go. I don't know what's up with that. And then on this one, the highway with a bunch of cars. Okay. That's wild. I like these covers, man.
I wonder if they're just like photos that Aoyama has taken like on his travels.
Ooh, that could be, yeah. That's interesting. Here's a dark cloud. What's happening on this one? Was it going to rain that day? I have to zoom in. It looks like it was going to rain. Oh, there's a cat. I knew it. I knew there was going to be a damn cat. Look at that. Oh my God. All right. Please. That is adorable.
You got to wait for 82 whole volumes to get to the cat.
Wonder if that's his real cat.
They did 3-in-1s, it'd be like 15 or something.
Right. Oh, here's the one that you mentioned earlier, or showed, sorry. Here's a beach picture. Okay.
We're getting dangerously close to 100 volumes.
I got way too many tabs open. What the hell?
All just Case Closed.
It's Case Closed. Free preview. Sure. There it is. Look at that. He's in Fiji right there. Shout out. Detective work is hard, you know. So that'd be one of my picks. What else did you have in mind that you would like to see from Biz?
Going with the theme of like a re-release, and also segueing into one of the items from my haul this week.
Ooh, I forgot about the hauls. Okay, yeah.
So I got to check off another from my Viz signature list, and I finally got a copy of the first Viz volume of Golgo 13.
Yeah.
I now need 3 more volumes of Golgo 13. I think it's volumes 3, 5, and 6. So excited to get that first one. There was a little kerfuffle. Like, I never have the shipping issues. Usually that's a Geo thing, but this time the guy who I bought it from on eBay sent me the wrong package. Like, he mixed up 2 orders, and so I got the package and it was significantly thicker than I thought it was going to be. And I was like, either he sent me the wrong stuff or he packed in like a freebie with it.
Right.
So I opened it up and it was volumes 1 through 3 of Manhole that Kana published. And I was like, dang, not even something that I need. Like, I already have that one. But so I emailed him and he was cool about it. And well, I would hope he would be cool about it. It'd be kind of dumb if he was like,
No,
you know,
Manhole.
You can keep Manhole, F you. But no, he was obviously like shaken up about the fact that he made the mistake. And I'm like, dude, trust me, if this is the worst thing that happens to me this week, I am living a good life. Like, I do not care. Like, just I'll ship it back and then you ship it to the right guy and just make sure you get me my book that I paid for and we're all good. But so it took me a little while.
You got it.
So I was responding to something, but I finally got it. Anyway, so my remaining, aside from those 3 Golgo 13, my only remaining Viz signature books to have the complete collection of those is volume 3 of Bokurano Hours, volume 6 of Jormungand, and the one that I would love to see Viz do a reprint of would be Osamu Tezuka's Phoenix, because I have a single one of that 12-volume series, and it would be great to be able to knock that out. And I think it's one that would be cool to have, because they haven't done any new hardcovers since their Vagabond. I don't know how well it's doing for them that they haven't solicited anything else in the format. But if they were going to do more, I think Phoenix would be a really cool one to do. It is still on their website, so no one else has grabbed the license yet. So just,
right,
do me a solid.
Yeah. It's crazy, yeah. It's so out of print and expensive, and then you see like, oh, you can get it for $10.99, and the paperback for.
Not just is it expensive on its own, but like even the Malaysian bootleg version, the 12-volume set goes for like $300. It's like, even if I wanted to get some unofficial version of it, it's still going to cost me more than the cover price would be. Really annoying. But
I believe our friend of the show, I'm kidding, Omar, made a video of the manga that he wants, and that was his number 1 pick, Phoenix.
Oh yeah. Does he have Phoenix? Do I need to go beat him up?
I don't think so, because he did mention to us privately about the Spanish editions, and then I looked up the Spanish editions, and I can't find anywhere to buy the damn editions. I would buy them because I can read it, but nobody wants to sell it to me.
I remember you talking about that. I just didn't remember.
Yep, they have a few volumes.
Okay, so I don't have to beat him up that bad.
No, just a light scruffle.
I just have to race him to the finish line of grabbing them all, like if he's trying to actively find them. But I'm just hoping, because it wouldn't be the first time I've been able to cross things off on my signature list because they did new editions. Like, they did Go-Go Monster and Cat-Eyed Boy both got re-released.
Oh my goodness. Phoenix would be great. The hell's this cover? Give me a minute. This is Mecha Wolf, and he kills the Phoenix Bird.
It's Garurumon.
I've been hooked on Digimon dubs from around the globe and the Portuguese versions of the Digimon shows are amazing. I've been laughing so hard at that. But this is Mecha Garurumon, yeah, and he killed the bird. That's why it's the Phoenix. He will rise towards the end of the book. Spoilers.
I think, as well as being one of the last signatures that I need, I believe it is also one of the last Tezuka that I don't have available in English. The only other things I know are Next World, Volume 2, Swallowing the Earth, Unico, Mysterious Underground Men. I think that's it, aside from Phoenix. So it would help me with 2 checklists. It would help me cross off a massive part of the Viz signature and of my Tezuka collection.
Right. What about a box set? Do you have anything you would like to see in a box set?
I don't. It's hard for me to talk about box sets because I don't always think about it, since I get everything in singles. But what's a series that could you? I think we talked about before, but I think that Dr. Stone would be a really good contender for a box set.
I was just going to mention Dr. Stone. Yeah,
it's the right length. The season is it the final season that's coming out?
Mm-hmm. Next January, we should get the final batch of episodes, like 12 more to wrap it up.
My hair is dripping.
Fan favorites.
So yeah, I think that would be a really good box set contender. And of course, like subsequent box sets, like the second box set for My Hero, not anytime too soon because the final volume comes out this month, but that could be an option. Something like I could see Dandadan getting one down the line after it's got maybe more content, or they know like approximately when it's going to end.
What about a Junji Ito box set?
So in the Japanese editions that
they've done box sets for his stuff.
Yeah, the story collection volumes that we have in English, like Tombs, Moan, etc., those are based off of the specific editions that have a box set in Japan.
I think it would sell okay. Not like a hot seller, but I think it would do okay having a Ito box set. Because he's always recommended by everybody, so it'd be cool to have like, hey, here's all the story collections in one box set.
If they did a new covers and new spines and stuff, I think that could be a really good one.
And the bonus book would be this thing, so it would sell more.
I have that as well.
The Uzumaki coloring book.
I have not used it, but I do have it.
Yeah.
And there's only one more, I think. Sorry, let me see. I think there's only one more story collection that they need to put out after the newest
spirally illustrations. I think it was Geomancer that suggested more Ito. How many books are we missing to have the full thing?
Let me pull up my list.
Because you have a document with that.
We're very close.
Right. Like 3 or 4 books?
Sorry, I'm trying to look for I have like all these folders and I don't remember which ones. So it's okay, so the last of the story collections, I think, was announced last time, which is Statues. That's the final story collection, and that's due out in spring. And then there are a few kind of bits and pieces. Selected Masterpieces Warped, which is a kind of best of collection that was released in Japan in 2018. It's like I said, it's best of, so everything has been from the previous story collections, but it did have a single story about Gio's favorite character, Soichi, called Soichi Possessed. And as far as I was able to find the last time I updated this, that story had not been reprinted anywhere else. Then the big one is Rasputin the Patriot. This was a 6-volume series that he did the artwork on. He didn't write this one. This is based on Trap of the State, the autobiography by ex-diplomat and political writer Sato Masaru about the time he was held in a Russian detention center. Not about Rasputin himself. The focal character of the series is a Japanese diplomat who is labeled the Rasputin of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs after he is arrested on suspicions of breach of trust. Oh, dang it.
Yeah.
Ellie has a real problem with the cat, with Toast, and she never does anything. And I tell her, like, she's not going to take you seriously because she knows you're never going to, like, do anything. She just yells at her.
I thought you were gonna make a quip about had serious issues with Rasputin, and that's why.
Yeah, she hates Rasputin.
For everybody watching, I know it's a little bit blurry, but this is the solicit on the Bezos, the Statues Junji Ito story collection coming out in March.
The next one, before I was interrupted by Ellie, is A Diary of Embellished Patches. It's a 2012 short story collection detailing exaggerations of mundane events in Ito's own life. That was published in Namuki. I don't know if I've never been able to find a cover for that one, so I don't know if it's actually ever been collected in Japan. But it's similar in style to, like, Cat Diary, where it's not really a horror, but because of his stylization, it comes off as somewhat horrific. A study from the abyss of horror from 2017 in Namuki Plus was a collection of 4 stories. I think this one it was included a story for his 30th anniversary. His 40th anniversary is coming up soon, so I feel like maybe they'll do it then in 2027. But it had a Yonen Mu story called Haunted Property, The Return of the Hanging Balloons, Layers of Fear, that's the 30th anniversary story, and Demon's Voice from the Siren Maniacs Siren official complete analysis book for the PlayStation 2 game titled Siren. So he did a little story for that one. And then there's a whole selection of short stories that, last I checked, have not been collected anywhere. Mountain of Gods, Precipice of the Unknown, which is part of an anthology called Yama Kaidan, with stories from various creators. An adaptation of Snow White from the horror anthology comic Blindside. Ghost Heights Management Association from Comic Flapper. She is a Slow Walker from I Am a Hero, Koshiki comic anthology, 8 Tales of the ZQN. So it is a I Am a Hero spinoff. Mr. Inagawa's Ghost Story Treasure Box, which is a collaboration with horror radio show host Junji Inagawa from Namuki Plus. Tomie Takeover. Tomie Takeover, the first new Tomie story in 18 years, released in 3 parts, exclusive to the Junji Ito Collection Anime DVD Complete Edition. Lighthouse, a short adaptation of a scene from the film for the Japanese theatrical release. And Kaukau-sama and I for the Daijiro Morohoshi 50th anniversary tribute, which included stories from 18 various mangaka. And then currently he has Kakugetsu bi-monthly Junji Ito. So every other month, there's a new Ito story in Namuki Plus that I don't think those have been collected yet either. So we're like right at the end.
Stuff like the Liminal Zone, which is why I have this up here. those get worked on a digital platform and can be longer chapters. So he could always come back to this and do more, and we get a third liminal zone or 4. Also, shout out to Viz for putting out manga trailers. I wish other companies would do this because I like looking at the trailers. It's fun. I'm not sure if I can play the video here, but yeah, that's cool. So all those singular issues that you mentioned for Ito, that could be like when they've done everything, and we think, oh, we're done. Then they can come back and say, we got one more thing, and it's the short stories, like even shorter stories of Ito, and include those one shots.
I'm not 100% sure if they can do that because I think a lot of them are coming
Some
from
of them are tied to other properties.
It's like different publishers.
Right. Yeah.
So like, I don't think they'd be able to. They usually anything that comes out in English is just the English edition of a Japanese release. Usually,
Right.
like including art books and stuff. Like the Takahashi art book is just Viz translating directly what Shogakukan released last year. So like for those stories, I think that if they never get collected anywhere in Japan, it might be likely we never see them in English unless maybe Viz does digital releases. If they're like, oh, we're going to do like a special Ito one shot on the Viz app.
Mm-hmm. Was Betwixt an English publishing original collection?
Yeah, that was put together by Viz. It was a special little. It was like a East meets West was the idea. They had Western comic creators and manga creators together.
I doubt the Rasputin manga gets licensed, even if Ito did the art. But what do I know? If anything, my bet is that Rasputin will be the final thing to be announced by Viz.
It's the biggest thing, but
it's a continuing series. So
the Becky Cloonan, Michael Conrad, Leslie Hung, Sloan Leong, all had stuff in Betwixt. Meanwhile, on the other, and it was it opened on both sides. Like the Western stuff read from left to right, and then you'd flip it, and the Japanese stuff would read from right to left. With Ryo Hanada, Aki Shimizu, Shima Shinya doing that stuff, and then Ito just did the cover, and the cover was like a wraparound of the two different images of people like coming at you, basically. It's fun. It's just like he didn't really have much to do with it aside from the he wrote a foreword and he did the cover art.
Damn it, Josh. I see you typing this. I'm like, is something happening? And then you type about Primal. Like, that's cool, but I thought you were typing about Viz or something. I'm like, what happened? And it's freaking Primal season 3. Okay.
We've known that though.
I guess we have the date. I guess is the new thing coming January.
Couple months. Is that news? I thought that there's so many things that I'm like, didn't we know about this? Like when people were posting yesterday about how there's Marvel talking about ending the Ultimate Universe. I'm like, they said that from when they started that it was only going to be like a couple years or something. I don't know, like if I'm making stuff up or if like someone's telling me things I shouldn't know.
Speaking of the trailer just dropped. The date is new. Okay. Speaking of news, apparently a huge a huge lot of Pokemon Legends CA games were stolen. So copies are out there. And Twitter is just going wild with spoilers. I saw one just now scrolling for some info that I did not want to know, but now I know about something and I'm a little annoyed. So if you are a fan and don't want anything revealed, just stay off the internet for a couple days, for a week. So it's hard, I know, but you can do it. I believe in you. Swamp Thing believes in you.
If you believe in Swamp Thing, he'll believe in you.
Right. Believe in the Swamp Thing that believes in you. Let's see. There's nothing. I'm looking at the Biz Twitter, and there's nothing happening, which is pretty sad. Let me highlight that. This was the biggest announcement, I guess, which we already knew about. Did we talk about this on the show or just on
no, because it was mentioned, I think, Monday this week. Okay. That they've got this special edition of the first volume of the Nana Anniversary Collection, which is a collaboration with Vivienne Westwood.
And it's sold out already, right? People are pretty excited for it.
Books A Million pre-orders sold out, but I don't know if the pre-orders are going to open again, but stores will be getting copies on the 30th or 31st or whatever the date is. So if you have a Books A Million near you, you should, and you want this and you didn't get the pre-order, you should check them out. Last I looked, Waterstones, I think is the place to have that. They're I think in the UK, so probably best if you're over there, but that's another option.
And go get it over there.
Yeah. Well, they ship internationally. I don't know what the cost is, but they do ship everywhere. And then your other option is Vivienne Westwood locations, like boutiques and stuff.
Which is crazy to go to Westwood and be like, do you have the copy of Nana Volume 1, please? Are you interested in any of the other stuff that we sell? No, just the book. Thank you.
Can't really afford any of that right now, but if you could give me Nana, that would be great.
That would be great. And what's the gift? Acrylic standees? Looks like it. With the characters.
Yes.
Let me zoom in. Sorry. Looks like it. Oh, yeah. Acrylic stands. Okay. Thank you. With the Westwood clothing. That's interesting. Shout outs. Okay. So if you take a look at the timeline here for Viz, there's nothing happening. You know what? This will be the thing that they announce over the weekend. They're going to do a trailer spotlight for One Punch Man season 3. That's it. And then people are going to be really upset online. That's it. That's all they got. I like the other cover better than the DM cover of Nana. I do too. I want to get it, but I'm not going to do it right away. Again, there's too much crap coming out in October, from video games to movies to manga to anime. It's all over the place. So I have to pick and choose, unfortunately.
Not a DM cover. It's just a variant because it's not exclusive to the direct market.
Speaking of, I did get one anime, and it's this gem right here. One of my favorite anime of 2021. Finally coming out on Blu-ray. Holy shit! Crunchyroll took their sweet ass time to release this bad boy, Odd Taxi, out of jail, out of what do you call it? Streaming jail. So I was really excited. Came out this week, and I got it super quickly, which is insane. You can see here. I love that they're doing alternate art. That's great. You can see the back, which is different. It's different. Pretty interesting to not have the main character in the slipcase. That's a choice. And inside the discard, I love. Let me show you that. It's very translucent, reminiscent of like underwater or like nighttime or something. Heck yeah. And then inside, we get some really nice art. Look at that, with the whole cast of characters. This is a phenomenal series. Watch it. don't read anything about it. Just go in blindly and enjoy the craziness, because it's gonna take you for a ride, to bring it back to our pun earlier. And he does drive a taxi, so it makes sense that I would make that joke. So yeah, and here's from the side of the spine. Odd taxi. There we go. So I got that.
And if you wait about 5 or 6 years, you can get the whole manga from Denpa.
Right. We're gonna be over it completely, and then it'll come out. What else did you haul, by the way?
My select items that I pulled aside from that Golgo 13, a couple of things from Titan, everyone's favorite. Grand Familia and Outsiders was actually an older one, but I never picked it up because I thought that they were sending me a copy of the first volume, and they didn't send me the first, they sent me the second volume. So I finally bought the first one so I could start reading it, and it's really good. And it's funny, like these two hand in hand are both kind of the same. They both have vampires and werewolves and stuff. But they're very different in style, with this one being, I believe, shonen, and this one being shoujo.
Right.
But I enjoyed Grand Familia okay, but Outsiders is definitely the much more intriguing. And then the non-manga stuff that I thought I'd show real quick is a new Predator book, Predator versus Spider-Man.
Heck yeah.
So I haven't looked at this one yet, but
fun fact, did you know that the new Predator movie is rated PG-13 for the first time in the history of the universe?
There's no
human
blood. They're pulling a Samurai Jack.
Right.
It's all like green alien blood and like oil from the robots. So I guess you can be as violent as you want.
Yeah.
Speaking of other things that don't segue, Godzilla versus the Marvel Universe.
Hell yeah.
They just announced that the new one, the Infinity Roar or whatever. So this has Godzilla versus Fantastic Four, Godzilla versus Hulk, Godzilla versus Spider-Man, Godzilla versus X-Men, Godzilla versus Avengers, and Godzilla versus Thor. Written by Ryan North, Jerry Dugan, Joe Kelly, Fabian Nicieza, David Walker, and Jason Aaron, with a bunch of cool artists on there as well. So I do need to get to reading this one pretty soon, but pretty cool. They've got Godzilla versus Marvel, Godzilla versus Justice League, Godzilla, and then the Marvel and the DC are crossing over again. So everyone's just having fun together. The Turtles are crossing over with the Narutos.
And the Turtles are crossing over with Godzilla as well. There's a crossover between them.
Oh, yeah. And then the Power Rangers with Godzilla, and then the Power Rangers with Godzilla 2. We got all kinds of stuff. And then the Alien versus Avengers is a thing. And then there's all the other, like the Predator versus Black Panther, Predator versus Wolverine, Predator versus whomever. Anyway, going in a completely different direction, I also got Moomin.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
I had been wanting to scratch this itch for a very long time, and I bought it last week, and it arrived on like Saturday, and then Monday came out the news about the new movie from that Rebecca Sugar is going to be doing. And I was like, right on time. Very, very funny how that works. But this is a gorgeous book. And it's on Amazon for like $40-ish, and I had $10 for Amazon, so I got it for even less. A lot of cool color pages in here, but the majority of it is the strips that are in black and white. Get a lot of material jammed into each page, and I've read the first story, the first continuous story from the strips. And if you are a fan of just good, fun, wholesome comic strips, then you would enjoy Moomin.
I'm so sorry, Josh. You might have been bitten by the FOMO bug.
There are 2 of these deluxe editions. The divided into the eras of the creators of Tove Jansson and Lars Jansson. So I have the first one, and then eventually I do plan on getting that second one. And then aside from the it's a comic strip, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 panels, like Marmaduke or something.
And sorry to bother again, but the paper, is it like glossy or?
No, it's matte, thick
Okay.
matte paper. It's from Drawn and Quarterly.
Okay.
So
you are getting high quality stuff there.
Yeah, it's high quality, but it's a rather low price, all things considered. I think the cover price on this is like $70. Yeah, it's $69.95. And like I said, it's like 40 something on Amazon.
You know why that is, right? We're not in a high for the property. Because
we're about to be.
I guarantee if they put out that book after the animated movie, price might have been a little bit different.
In
my opinion.
Right now, the price is still $43.28 on Amazon. The second volume is not currently discounted first party through Amazon.
Go get it.
The second volume is $69.95. But to plug the sponsor of our show, IST has it listed at, let me see what price they have it at. The Lars Jansson slipcase is 30% off, so $48.96 at In-Stock Trades.
InStockTrades.com, your home for collected editions, making tonight's broadcast happen. Your go-to destinations for omnibus, trade paperback, hardcovers, manga, and so much more for great discounted prices. Go check them out. Free shipping in the US at $50 or more, and there's a loyalty discount, which adds even more discounts to your book orders if you make them on a weekly basis. Great packaging, wonderful customer service, only at InStockTrades.com. Also, at the end of the month, on the 20-something, on the 29th, I think it is, I don't know, on the last Monday, the 27th, we will be doing the gift card giveaway valued at $50, courtesy of In Stock Trade. So you might want to tune in for that Monday show to see if you can win.
If you also are looking on IST at other Moomin related things, all of the like wide books, most of them are cheap. They're discounted down to $6.96. The Moomin Adventures is $16.06. The wide ones are the strips from the book that I have. They're just collected similarly to how most like Garfield has those wide volumes. Mm-hmm. So a lot of those are those strips just collected into smaller like volumes. But the other ones, there are the complete Tove Jansson and the complete Lars Jansson volumes. Those are like the individual hardcovers that eventually were collected into the big ones, into the big deluxes. And then there's also books like the book about Moomin, Mimble, and Little Mai, and Moomin and the Comet. Those are storybooks, like illustrated storybooks and like picture books. So there's different types of books in the actually Story of the Comet is not one of those. Sorry, that was a bad example. Story of the Comet is a strip. In
the Moomin verse.
The Who Will Comfort Toffel, that's another one. And Comet in Moomin Land. Those are storybooks, illustrated storybooks and picture books that are not the strips from the hardcovers like the one that I showed. I think the illustrated storybooks, I think, are the original. I didn't double check the years on those, but I think that's true.
This picture right here, I kind of want to make a meme out of it, and Homeboy's asking, where are the Viz solicits? What's happening? And then the other one's like, I don't know, man. It's been a while. We don't have it yet. I wonder what Viz is going to do next week. and then the Omnibros logo around here in this part.
The Omnibros logo in the moon.
In the moon, right there. And then you can be this one. You can be the one with the yellow hair, and I can be the other one in the water. That'd be fun. That's how my brain works, folks.
Speaking of Viz, a new license that I think that they should get is actually Liar Game, which I thought had already gotten licensed, but I think I was confusing it with the announcement of the anime that's coming next year. But they would definitely want to capitalize. It is a Shueisha license, and they'd want to capitalize on the release of the anime. It's originally a 19-volume series, but you can probably do that in half as many books and get it out quicker. But it is similar in style to stuff like Kaiji or like Squid Games, if you're more familiar with Death Game stuff through that. But it's one of the, I don't want to say one of the original, but it's an older one that is credited as a big inspiration to Squid Game. 19 volumes, ran from 05 to 15 in Young Jump Comics, Weekly Young Jump. So I think that one would be a really good licensed grab for them. Oh, there were live action movies too. There's a lot of live action. What the hell?
Do you enjoy Liar Game? Didn't it get a live action recently? Yes.
There's apparently a TV series from 07, a series from 09, a film in 2010, a film in 2012, and a film in 2014. And then the anime is 2026. So if 2014 or 2012 is recent for you, then that might be what you were thinking of.
Yeah. Moomin with a knife. I've seen that. Yeah. Knife is Geo vibe. Okay. I get that. I like that. Two more pieces of info before we get out of here that I forgot to mention. Kodansha is having their panel, right? Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And they posted this image, which got a lot of people wondering, because when they're going to do convention announcements, they put an image that is somewhat explicit on what you could see. So I wonder if Gachakuda will will some form of Gachakuda happen tomorrow? Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe a box set? I don't know.
Will shared with us, and we were thinking the most probable things that they might be doing with Gachakuda is either putting out a first box set or speeding up the release to like a monthly.
Yeah, like a monthly.
Because they have solicited up to volume 9, I think is what. And then there's 16 in Japan. Volume 10 is in April, is the last one they have solicited. And they have 16 out in Japan now. So they might do like monthly, like they started doing for the others.
I'm calling it. That's what's going to happen tomorrow, along with other stuff that gets announced.
Like the highlight one is going to be Gachakuda
monthly
release for like 6 to 9.
Get your Kuda monthly, so watch out.
Because I think they'd want to have like a release fast enough that people can like read the material before it's animated instead of
waiting for.
Yeah.
Because the anime is still airing. It's going to do 24 episodes. So it should cover 12 volumes of the manga. The other thing I wanted to mention is Seven Seas announced some books. So I'm going to check that out real quick. I'm not going to read the descriptions. So, it's already we're already late to get out of here. Seven Seas license some interesting stuff. Also, look at all these ads. D&A Angel, sure, that's cool. Maid is a Vampire, and then My Beloved Supper. So they're going for heavy promotions on vampiric manga.
You can tell that ANN is the same parent company as Yen Press.
Right. Okay, so here we go. Let's get started with one of the coolest announcements of all time. There, I said it. Look at this thing right here. This comes out next year. I like cat butts from Nanaon, however you pronounce it. Everybody likes cat butts, right?
And this one is a full color cat manga, so you can get full color cat butts.
Hell yeah. The next one is Reluctant Space Commander from Death Wish to Galactic Hero. That's a light novel and a manga from Norasido and, oh boy, Katasewaza, as well as John D.
Look at the second cover and how the dude is like staring at the girl and the personalities.
I hadn't looked at that before. That's awesome.
Yeah, someone else pointed that out to me, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is hilarious!" And it's funny because it's not even like his. So the plot is he gets dumped, and she like leaves him for another guy, and then he's like, "I'm worthless. What do I do with my life?" He wants to kill himself, and then he decides to join this like militaristic force because he sees a flyer for it, and he's like, of course, this is my calling. I'm going to join them, and then I'm going to let myself get killed in battle while like sacrificing myself for my crew and saying some cool line as I go out. But then it turns out that he's way too good at his job, so he can't just get killed. And I don't know why they have him looking at personalities on the cover.
Nice. Shout out. That's funny. The next one is an audiobook. So we're going to skip it. Sorry.
Shout out.
The next one is another audiobook. I'm going to skip it.
Double shout out for anyone who's reading or sight impaired.
Yeah, of course. Siren and print fans. Let's go.
We stand,
light novels.
Stand an accessibility pushing publisher, I guess.
Hell yeah. For the airship crowd, I don't remember if Bean Queenie liked Too Many Losing Heroines. I think she did. But we have the short stories coming up. I did enjoy the anime. It's a collection of super short stories. Not short, super short. Like one page. And then this bad boy, Gilded Seven from Tazuku Karasuma. There we go. Sorry.
Creator of No Guns Life and the artist of the JoJo's spinoff.
So this one's stylish enough already.
Yeah. It takes
Shout
place
out to them. Yeah.
Alternate version of the Wild West where Abraham Lincoln is still alive and the main character was thrown there along with the La Llorona crime family. So awesome. He has to like deal with stuff in the American Wild West alongside this version of Abraham Lincoln. And if that's not peak, I don't know what is. Like I'm just like ready.
Yeah, this is dope. We're all hooked in. I can't wait. I love the fact that the criminals, it's La Llorona. Like, okay, cool. So this one comes out in these are all for September, right? September, okay, fall.
That one's December.
Yeah.
And then the next one.
This one. And this one's also September, okay.
Yeah.
So we have one BL book, and that is Give Me a Hug, Mr. Frog. I like that title. It rhymes.
I wish it was an actual like anthropomorphic frog, but it's a dude in a mascot suit, so I guess that's cute.
This one is by Annie and comes out in September. So, yeah.
The guy
grab a lily pad and jump into this adorable manga about two total opposites.
he goes to a cafe where someone is.
Ribbit.
It's a frog themed place, and he likes to get hugs from the adorable mascot. And then he wants to know who's inside the mascot costume.
Actually, wait. It's not Ribbit. It's Kero in Japanese. Oh, Kero. Same thing. So yeah, pretty cool. There's this one right here, which is that's a choice. And the cat butts. Let's go, dude. Heck yeah. Everybody, go check them out. I think we're gonna wrap it up. It's been a minute. Thank you everybody for joining. Appreciate it. Thank you to our sponsor, In Stock Trades. We'll be back next week with a whole bunch of shows. Next week, fingers crossed, we should be doing post NYCC wrap up or whatever, or we could do a bingo board. One of the two could happen. Who knows? It's going to be a fun, exciting time. You're going to have to tune in next week for all the craziness. Thank you to the live chat and my wonderful co-host, the insufferable Omnibus collector, PP Poo Poo Man. What you got cooking up? Where can people find you and all that stuff?
The Omnibus collector, where all good books are sold, and you can see me doing. I'm going to get the release guide for October up pretty soon. I've been nose deep in books all week, so it's my own fault for delaying, but I'll have it up pretty soon, and I'll probably do a post con wrap up for whatever Kodansha Yen, and I believe the only other publisher that's announcing stuff is Kodama Tales. Manga Mavericks might be doing stuff as well, so
right.
I'll do a small wrap up video for all of that as well.
Chrissy 2 between Swamp Thing and Movement. Hey, let's go, dude. You know what? Oh, I can't click on it. Hold on. Wait a minute. You got Swamp Thing and then you got Movement over here. So there you go. Hola, muchachas. I appreciate that, girly. Thank you so much, RV. I know. Thank you. Also, your Baki video is supposed to come out.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it. I forgot what happened that I just kept pushing that, but the book's already out. I'm just gonna talk about it in the October video, right? Because it was going to be like a 20-something minute video about me explaining all kinds of stuff about Baki, yada yada yada. When I can just condense it into
included in the other one,
yeah. But I think that'll be sufficient.
Dude, I forgot. I'm dumb. Check this out. I got 2 books. I totally forgot to highlight these books real quick. This week I picked up Otaku Vampire's Love Bite, which came in extremely early. Holy crap, this is a new record for me. So we have volume 5 of that. Sorry.
Finally giving PR some respect.
I know, right? Let's go, dude. Here's some of the
art. Ever since they got Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl, they're taking Puerto Rico seriously.
And Kamudo,
hell yeah.
volume 1.
So, mine's shipped. I haven't gotten it yet though.
Let's go. It's a textured feel. I don't know what the proper term for it is. But
I thought it would be. It looks like it would be textured, so I thought it was.
Look at that, pretty sexy. I like that. And here's another random page that I pulled. Then eyeball right there. Let's go. So that was my mini haul. That's it. Thank you, everybody. You can find me on my channel, Manga Geekdom, on YouTube. I'd appreciate it if you subscribe and watch. I do have a video tomorrow, finally, for all the recent Yen Press books that was sent my way. So that shout out to Yen Press. And then next week I should have another video coming up. So keep the ball rolling. So fingers crossed, everything happens as intended. Thank you, everybody. Stay safe. God bless. Have a great rest of the weekend. We'll see you next time. Shout out. I'll leave you tonight with Oscar the Grouch, because He's not psyched about Kingdom. There you go. Sorry, Kingdom fans.